Today is March 10th. And I'm Derek Roche, and this is your 1 minute news. 6 people. You count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People have come out against Cuomo for sexual allegations. But that apparently isn't too much. Because the media is still pushing against this, but killing grandma and probably doing really bad things and telling aides to shut their mouths, let's forget about that story. It's almost like they're doing a little switching bet here. And the publishers of Cuomo's book are just now ceasing promotion of his book. You heard that right. The publishers of Cuomo's book are just now ceasing promotion of his book, not the sale. Mumford & Sons band member tweets out in support of Andy Ngo, who wrote a book about Antifa, who reports on them daily. If you don't know who Andy Ngo is, you should follow him on Twitter. He reports constantly on Antifa's dealings. He lives in Portland. He's been beat up by them multiple times, and he reports on them all the time, and he's gotten death threats constantly. I mean, the guy is a legit, real journalist who doesn't just talk about what the president's doing. I give him full support, and I think it's incredible what he did. He wrote a book about it, and the band member said, it's really brave for you to do this. And I thought, wow, Mumford & Sons, that's cool. I used to like your old music, and your new music I don't really care for, but now I kind of like you now. But that didn't last long. The band member quickly apologized to fans and band members and said he's taken some time to think about his mistake. Yes, it's a mistake for coming out against Antifa. Do not bend the knee. It takes a certain type of man to come out and support and then realize you're getting backlash and go, oh no, I want to play music though. Remember when rockers would just smash guitars, destroy hotel rooms and say F you to the president? Not anymore. They're woke. They're woke rock and roll. Rock and roll is woke. God. Oh man, I miss like grungy liberals who didn't give an F about what anyone said. I miss those people. Now they're conservatives. The conservatives are the punk rock people now. Real ones who tweet out and say, I don't care, this is what I think. Jen Psaki, and one guy's coming up that is a punk rocker. Jen Psaki in the White House press briefing asked if Biden is now going to get a White House cat. That's right. A reporter that gets paid probably more than you make asked if Biden is going to get a White House cat due to his dog's aggressive behavior. And they wonder why it's when conservatives call them propaganda. I can't think of why people would think that. Maybe because questions like that. Former Representative Tulsi Gabbard compared those who engaged in cancel culture to Islamic terrorists, doing an interview this week on Fox News, and that's why she'll never be the Democratic nominee. Piers Morgan, speaking of punk rock, Piers Morgan is out on his show of Good Morning Britain. He's done. For saying he didn't believe Meghan Markle in an interview with Oprah. Did you believe Meghan Markle? I watched a little bit of that interview, and it was a little weird. But he also tweeted out, I'm willing to die on this sword of freedom of speech. See, Mumford & Sons, that's how you do it. If you believe something, you die on the hill for it, and people will respect you for it. But if you cower, your voice is gone forever. He tweeted he is willing to die on the hill of freedom of speech. Good for him. But new allegations come out that Meghan apparently complained to ITV about Piers Morgan, claiming his views could upset people with mental health problems. That's right. just like with the Congress and the president, they can pass any bill they want in this time because it's wartime measures in a pandemic. You can just say, I wish you would stop speaking because people with mental health problems could find a problem with it. Oh my gosh. These people just know how to say to get the lawyers to go, Biden aides stop reporters from asking questions to Biden in hardware store visit. But according to Jen, the White House press sec, he does, 40 a month. He is all over the town answering questions that you and I have. What is it with old guys and going to the hardware store? I mean, even the president, he can't help himself. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to go to a hardware store today because I just need to smell lumber and see some tools and maybe pick up a part-time job. I love going to Ace and seeing all the old guys in there and just hanging out and just like, you're not even stocking shelves. What are you doing? Just, I don't know what I'm doing in here. My wife, I'm tired of hanging out with my wife. Disney blocks kids from under 7 from watching Dumbo, Peter Pan, and other classics. Thank God, because those 7-year-olds could be traumatized for the rest of their lives. I think I was traumatized by Dumbo, but not because of like any racist thing. I think there was like a scene where like it's almost like a DMT trip, and they're like, and it's kind of scary. I think I cried in that movie when I was young. I don't remember. So maybe I'm that kid. God. Juan Carlos Morales Pereza, 34 years old, Patterson, New Jersey, pleaded guilty by video conferencing, charging him with coercion and enticement of a minor, 15 years old, and illegally re-entering the United States and having previously been deported. And he coerced and enticed a minor, which, coming out now, he repeatedly raped over and over again as they crossed the border together. And if you think this is a one-off story, you're out of your freaking mind. National Guard to remain in D.C. until May 23rd. Why? Because once the government takes power, they don't give it back. You need to know we're the capital. I feel like I'm in the Mockingjay right now at the Hunger Games, and it's not even funny anymore. And today in history, in 1959, the Tibetans revolt against a Chinese occupation. How did that work out for you guys? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 1 Minute News. And I know it's not the 1 Minute News. I think I'm changing the show title. It's coming. There's going to be a hashtag pivot. I have way more fun when I'm relaxed and enjoying the news rather than trying to get it out as fast as possible. That's what she's... And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, I hope you enjoy your time with me and see it as a good thing in your life to have a bunch of news stories pushed down your throat and a short amount of time. And I hope I provide something different for you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. I just got another Patreon sent off. Thank you guys for those who support the show. That means a lot to me. I can't believe you would do that. It just honestly means a lot, and it shows me that you care about my work and care about the time I put into it, because I do put a lot of time into it, and I do enjoy it, and I would love for this to be a full-time gig. It would be amazing. And I would produce way better content, obviously. Hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday, and enjoy your Wednesday. And I've been doing some live streams lately on all my channels of the news, White House press briefing. I think it's important to watch that more than any other show, because it's kind of shows how the media are, like being asked, does Biden want a cat? But there have been more and more reporters asking about the crisis on the border and actually using that verbiage and asking Jen why she doesn't use it. And I think that's important to watch, because I think a lot of what Jen says is the horse's mouth, if you will, of what Biden thinks. And so you can kind of see the verbiage and the culture that they want to push more than actual facts and news. So I think it's important to see that, so you can kind of, sorry about the burp, so you can kind of gauge the temperature of what's going on. Have a fantastic day. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of Derek O'Shea Show.